We know you like talking Star Wars. We like talking Star Wars. So that's exactly what we're going to do. This is The Wars and More.
Alright, so this is going to be our second show of the year, but this is our first Star Wars show of the year. This is The Wars and More. I'm Joe, and of course with me is my good buddy Doug. Hey Doug, how you doing this week?
Doing pretty good, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, we decided to kick this year off with our Ready Player One show, which I guess hats off, we finally got it done, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It took us long enough, but hey, there it is. We hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it was good fun to do something else. You know, I love talking Star Wars. It's my favorite thing to do. But it was almost kind of exhilarating because I didn't really, have any preparation for talking about something that extensively that's not Star Wars.
Right.
we do this every week.
Exactly.
So being in my Star Wars element is real easy.
Totally.
Stepping outside of that was a little different.
It was different. And I think it was like you said, it was a good time. We had fun doing it. So hopefully, everyone listening had fun and, sitting in on the conversation. So I dug it. I think we should do more of that from time to time. It was cool.
Yeah, I don't want to get too crazy, but I was thinking, it'd be kind of fun, and sitting down with Hunter, and we talked off mic about the next thing we might do, which is we might sit down with him and do our next movie commentary.
Yeah.
So we might sit down with him to watch Empire.
Right.
And I got to thinking about that. It's like, it might be kind of fun to do a movie commentary on a non-Star Wars movie.
Oh. Yeah, what'd you have in mind?
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, I maybe something will come out that'll, catch our fancy.
Right, yeah.
Or maybe we can dig into the stuff that, is kind of common ground among Star Wars fans as far as, other fandoms.
Sure, okay.
Like Indiana Jones or...
Right.
Back to the Future.
Sure. Serenity.
Ooh. Do a Serenity or we could do a Firefly episode.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
But that's all for a later time.
Yep.
For now, we're back to Star Wars, and this is like our wheelhouse, right?
Absolutely.
One thing we haven't done yet is we haven't... I don't want to say done a retrospective, but we haven't really done a retrospective. We haven't looked back on 2018 and all the things we got from Star Wars in 2018, our high points, our low points, all that good stuff. I think now would be a good time to do that.
Sure.
So let's start off with the high. For you, what was your high point? There was tons of Star Wars in 2018. We have a lot to choose from.
Yeah, true. Really, for me, it's gonna have to. It's kind of a toss up. I don't know. We had the end of Rebels, and there was also Solo. It's kind of a toss up between the two for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, the end of Rebels was just so epic. It was.
Oh, it was. There's
unbelievably
no doubt.
Good, and I think that would probably be my high.
Okay.
And it was hard for it to maintain because that happened at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So I had an entire year of something to top it,
Right.
And I think that speaks volumes of how good that was.
Exactly. That's
for that to remain so high on my list throughout all the other Star Wars content we got.
Right.
I think the only thing that would probably top that, as far as like excitement wise, which I'm sure you're going to agree, would be the announcement of new Clone Wars.
Right. Yes, that's, that was something that's, it's Star Wars we have upcoming. I don't know. We might be in the same boat, at the end of 2019. Toss up between Clone Wars and Episode 9. Yeah. You never know. But for me, I gotta say, the end of Rebels was, like you said, it was epic. But then there's the whole, movie-going experience for Solo. That's something that's hard to beat for me. So, I dug it. I dug Solo, and I thought what Rebels added to the mythology of Star Wars was awesome. So, I don't know. In two different ways, they were both pretty darn cool.
Well, yeah, Solo did a good job of giving you the familiar.
Right.
Grounding you in that old Star Wars lore, that it gave you more of an already beloved character.
Yeah. Which
Rebels kind of did the same thing, but a much shorter tenured beloved character. Because we kicked off the new year with that Kanan stuff.
Yeah, I know it.
And that was some of the most, I'll keep saying it, the most powerful Star Wars we ever got.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah. Kanan, the way he went out was huge. All the stuff we saw with Ezra in World Between Worlds and all of that, just, mind-boggling. Awesome.
We got Ahsoka back again.
Yes. And, left us wanting more Ahsoka too,
Yeah.
So
that was a fun thing for Rebels for me, because we got Ahsoka back in the beginning of Rebels.
Right.
Then we lost Ahsoka in Rebels.
Right.
And then we get Ahsoka back at the end of Rebels.
Exactly.
Wow. The same show brought a character back 2 times.
Right.
Yeah, it was and then Solo. Solo was just good fun.
Definitely.
And Solo is just, you said it. It lived up to what you laid out there. Just a good summer movie.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Your favorite tagline for it.
It was. But that's exactly what it was, too, at least for me. And, it was just a good time to go see. Going to the theater and seeing a Star Wars film, it's always been a big deal for me. So, that's part of why it ranks up there for me. So, but yeah, beyond that, we got lots of, announcements of Star Wars stuff. We got a lot of animated Star Wars. We got Resistance. We got, was it the Galaxy of Heroes stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And, every time you turn around, there's something new, We got the Mandalorian announcements. All kinds of good stuff coming our way that we found out about in 2018.
Cassian,
yep. All good stuff.
All right. What about the lows?
Well, I've kind of heard that there's been some, divided opinions on Last Jedi. I don't know. Have you heard that?
No. Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So 2019, or 2018 rather. 2018 was was a bit of a rough year for fandom at the same time.
Right.
Things got super heated, super divided. I really hope that changes going into 2019. I'd really like to see fandom come together again. Hopefully episode 9 can do that.
That's what I'm hoping as well.
Because this isn't good. This isn't healthy.
Right.
It's lightened up a bit.
Yes, I'll agree.
That's promising, I guess.
Yeah.
Seeing more and more crossings of the picket lines. Yeah.
Right. I think episode 9 will be the film to help resolve all this. And I think, we've said it for a long time now, right? We're going to withhold final judgment of episode 8 until episode 9's out. And we see how it affects that film. And, I'm hoping that, everyone on each side of how, the lines have been divided here can come out of episode 9 thinking, okay, well, it all makes better sense to me now. That's, or maybe enlighten fans on what other fans were thinking,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm putting it exactly the right way, but I don't know. Just help us all come together.
So yeah, I'll do one of those, to kind of wrap up this little segment here. I'll do one of those. Here's to 2019. May the lows of 2018 make the highs of 2019 even better.
Absolutely.
Let's be positive here. All right. So moving into 2019, one big thing that's coming this year is the opening of Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, yeah.
And with the, I believe it was the Christmas parade at Disney.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We got a sneak peek at Galaxy's Edge. Another look. And we looked at ways to break this trailer down to make it shorter because it's kind of long. But I think hearing what the people in this trailer have to say is important. So we're just going to go ahead and play the whole thing.
When people come to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and they experience it for the first time, that this place they're walking through and the characters they're seeing and the beasts and aliens and droids puts them in a position where they give themselves over to the moment of the story and play with us in the world of Star Wars.
It will be jaw-dropping and incredibly emotional to walk into the land for the first time, to actually be standing there amongst the buildings, amongst the ships, and have this feeling that it is all real, that has been brought to life. And it is right there in front of you. It's overwhelming.
The experience on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run puts you straight in that cockpit, right behind the controls, whether you're one of the pilots, gunners, or flight engineers that are keeping the ship operating. It is going to be an intense, super fun experience on the fastest ship in the galaxy.
I think any great story has tension and conflict, and it's not Star Wars without the war. So it was absolutely fundamental that the story of the land actually finds the guest between the Resistance and the First Order.
One of the experiences that I'm sure every visitor to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is going to love is the most epic attraction we've ever built. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. And this attraction invites you to be a recruit of the Resistance, to stand up against the First Order, and you even come face to face with Kylo Ren. You make it through that, you get back to the planet, you are going to be a hero of the Resistance and celebrated throughout the land.
It's exciting to think about this as only the beginning and to think about how this land will be living and breathing and evolving. There is nothing nothing actually more meaningful and more special than to provide a place for people to experience Star Wars with their family for decades to come.
All right.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Lots of good stuff in there.
Yeah. So the guy we heard talking is Scott Trowbridge. He is creative executive for Walt Disney Imagineering. And I got to say, when I heard him say one of the most epic rides we've ever done, that's encouraging. This is somebody who's not necessarily, he's obviously working with Lucasfilm, but he's not like Lucasfilm fanboy, right? Something like that.
Right.
I don't know. It's just encouraging to me to hear that from someone like that. I'm excited for, for this stuff coming up for sure.
Yeah. And one thing that I keep bringing up every time I hear this, and this trailer gave us something that I talked about with the music.
Right.
And not to step away from what they had to say in there, but listening to the music that was written, this theme for Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to that in the beginning and then hearing that transition into the old John Williams score.
Right.
Is just awesome.
Yeah.
If you were wondering if that captured Star Wars, it did.
Oh, my God. Absolutely.
The transition is seamless.
Well, it only makes sense. I mean, he is the man, right? So he is the one who, put the new stuff together and going right in there. I don't know. Like you said, the transition is seamless. It's awesome. I don't know. It is cool.
Yeah, John Williams has always been the one that has breathed life into Star Wars.
Right.
The stuff going on screen and the stuff going on around you and things like that. It's all emphasized and brought to life by the music.
Right. Totally.
And if that's the music we're going to get when we're walking around the park, how does that not bring you into it? How does that not strike up your imagination and get you just involved?
Oh, you're going to feel like you're there in it. That's the, and that's what they're going for. And from all the photos and the video footage we've seen so far, if you're seeing that and hearing that, you're in Star Wars. That's basically it. So,
and they keep saying this, it's living, it's breathing, it's evolving.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, they've got to be confident that this is going to do that. Because if you keep saying this like this and it's just another theme park, this is going to fall flat real fast.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm really, really excited for this whole concept of me walking into the Star Wars universe.
Totally.
To kind of step out of our world and into another world is just really a concept that just really gets me excited.
Absolutely. It's so the woman we heard talking is Carrie Beck. She's a VP for Lucasfilm Story Group, and a word she used was, "It's going to be overwhelming," which, for us really big Star Wars fans, every time you step into something that's truly pulled from the Star Wars universe, like even Star Tours, right? It is overwhelming, but this, I feel like, is just going to be, who knows? You might have people passing out. I mean, I can see it happen, People love this franchise that much. So once once they see themselves in the galaxy, could happen.
I like to think of myself as having a good imagination, right? Allowing myself to be transported with Star Wars,
Right.
with the films, with the animation, with whatever.
Sure.
I allow myself to be transported. And I feel like I'm really good with that. But I'll tell you what, I am definitely envious of kids growing up today.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I had that pure of an imagination walking into this, could you imagine how fun that would be?
Oh, absolutely. Look, man, I'm envious of the kids and the lightsabers they get to play with today, as opposed to the
Right.
flashlight with the tube. Okay, so I mean, this is a whole nother level here.
Yeah, I'm making the best of it. I tap into my childhood imagination pretty good,
Right.
but it's still not as pure as what they got, and I'm
Absolutely.
envious of that, and,
Yeah.
and I'm happy for them at the same time, because this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see, like, just look around and see the excitement on all the kids.
Oh, yeah. Just the look of wonder, and they're trying to soak it all in. Yeah.
My nieces are starting to get into Star Wars a little bit, and I'd really like to see them there. They like it because they like porgs and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure there'll be plenty of porgs.
They like Yoda. They really like Yoda.
Right?
Who doesn't like Yoda?
Of course.
But kids really like Yoda. So yeah, this is going to be fun, and it's not that far off.
No?
Because Bob Iger kind of let it slip in an interview that Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland is going to open in June.
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 Nice.
So we knew their target was summer. Okay, so this is in that window.
Yeah, it's earlier inside of that window than I thought.
Well, yeah, because every time I hear something from Star Wars, they say, "Oh, coming fall" or something like that. I expect it to be damn near winter.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's encouraging. I like that.
June is like, it's early.
Yeah. Wow.
I expected like August.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we're talking about a 2-month difference here, but it's.
Yeah, but
we're shaving 2 months off here. Let's.
Right. Exactly.
So, if they're talking fall, are we talking September for Orlando?
It could be. You never know. The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because Orlando for me is the better option.
For me too. Yeah.
Just logistically.
Yes.
So, that still means I'm going to have like 3 months ago and like closing my eyes going, I don't want to see it.
Oh, yeah. Good
Don't
luck
tell
with
me about
that. Good luck.
Oh, no, we'll be talking about it. Don't worry about that. This might be the first time that we have a spoiler segment on theme park.
Exactly. So, there is some other news that, I don't know. I wouldn't call it bad news, but...
Oh, you're going to break it down? You're going to bring it down?
Break what down? Oh, come on.
You're going to bring it down?
Oh, okay. So I'm going to bring it down, and then I'll bring it back up. Okay, so...
Okay, I like that.
Okay. So, Disneyland is to introduce massive ticket price increases ahead of Galaxy's Edge opening. Now,
no.
Yeah, I know. So, got to pay for this thing somehow, right? But when they say massive, yeah, a couple examples. Let's say a 1-day value ticket is currently $97, and the new price will be $104. So, it's more, but it's not. So a 1-day regular ticket right now is $117. The new price will be $129. 1 day with Park Hopper Peak right now is $185. The new price will be $199.
Ouch.
Yeah. So
That's how I like to roll. But you know what? I'll tell you what. With Galaxy's Edge, I'm not doing a park hopper. I don't care about. I probably still will because you know I'm one of those people that I do the park hopper for one reason. I like to eat at certain places when I go to Disney World in Orlando.
Right.
And some of these places are in other parks.
Well,
and I literally pay extra to go eat at a restaurant I want to go eat at.
So here's the thing, Joe. And this is something you and I didn't talk about ahead of time, but it was just announced on the 3rd that, and this is the part where I bring things back up, right? That there are 2 new beers coming to Galaxy's Edge.
Woohoo!
So,
what do we got?
Let's see. This is the Galaxy's Edge Ale. Okay.
Okay.
And it's it'll be a 12-ounce 7%.
Woo.
Yep. And the other is a Kungaloosh Spiced Ale for 16-ounce at 6%. So, from the photos they have here, one's a bit darker than the other. You know, that's more up my alley. I know that. But I'm figuring this might entice you to stay in Galaxy's Edge a little bit.
You know what's funny is like, you know, I'm going to end up getting a Kungaloosh just because I like saying it.
Oh, sure.
Like, anytime I see Kungaloosh on a menu, I order it.
Right on.
It's not necessarily because I really like it. It's just because I like saying, yeah, I'll take the Kungaloosh.
Nice. But, you know, there. How's that for bringing things back up?
Hey. And I will get to have those delicious drinks in a Star Wars themed cantina.
Absolutely. That's the best part.
So, yeah, I guess that's worth the extra few bucks, huh?
Yeah.
No, see, like, my thing with Disney ticket prices has always been, like, I go down there and I stay on resort.
Sure.
And you seem to have a little easier time dealing with all that when you're not driving anywhere. You know, you're taking all the Disney transportation. And,
absolutely.
You know, you can just have a good time without worrying about the logistics of getting yourself somewhere. There's always a way to get yourself to the next place.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've always taken Disney's ticket prices, you know, I guess kind of with a grain of salt, you know.
Hey,
there's so many commodities available to you that it kind of makes it worth it.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, they're still overpriced.
Right. But the thing is, it's a vacation, man, you know?
Yeah.
So, you got to go in just not worrying about that. And not only is it a vacation, but it's going to be a Star Wars vacation. So all the better. Yeah,
because, I mean, really, am I really going to be making a big deal about this when I'm spending $1,000 to stay at the hotel?
Yeah, no.
My 2 nights at the hotel.
Right.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And this is something with Disney, like the ticket prices. They say ahead of Galaxy's Edge, but come on. They raise ticket prices every year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Every year they go up. Every year we complain about it. We're still going to go.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, I guess I can't complain too much because I'm still going to go.
Yeah. And you're going to have fun. And you're going to walk away feeling like it was totally worth it. So.
And that's one thing I'll say about those parks is I've never gone and had a bad time.
Exactly.
I've always had a good time.
Yep.
I've had bad experiences from time to time, but it's never sullied the whole day.
Exactly. Totally.
Because one of those times was I was down there for Star Wars weekends, and I'll tell you what, waiting for the parade was one of the most miserable times of my life. It was so hot.
Oh,
and you're just standing on this curb in in Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando there. You're just standing on a curb just roasting.
Uh-huh.
And you can't leave because the second you walk away, your spot's gone.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm on the curb. I'm like right on the road. There's no one in front of me. I can't walk away.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Have something to add to the conversation? Or you just want to let us know how we're doing? Email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best place to get in on the action. But if social media is a little more to your liking, @TheWarsAndMore on Twitter is always a good place to interact with us. And we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/TheWarsAndMore. And of course, your portal to this and everything else, The Wars and More, is thewarsandmore.com.
All right. So now that we're in 2019, we're getting closer to Celebration.
Oh, yeah.
And we're in prime time now because here come the announcements. We got a new lineup of people who are going to be, on the show floor, signing autographs, things like that. And I'm sure there will be some panel involvement for some of the people that were announced here.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, just because of what's going on in Star Wars, right?
Okay.
So the first two on this list, I almost guarantee you're going to see some panel involvement, and that is Christopher Sean and Susie McGrath, who voice Kazuda Xiono and T.W.A.M.
Right.
So with Resistance being, the
Current
Star Wars that we got,
right?
I would assume that there's going to be a lot from them. Probably now I'll jump ahead a little bit in what we're doing. We got a Star Wars or a Resistance season 2 announcement, right?
Yes.
So with a season 2 announcement and these two being a Celebration, I would guess our sneak peek at season 2 is probably going to involve these two.
Sure, absolutely. I could even see, you mentioned a panel, possibly even a visit from Dave Filoni. Could happen.
And another one of the guests that was announced that ties right into that is Scott Lawrence, who voices Yeager.
Right.
So he's going to be there. There's some panel involvement there. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Next one. I hope there's panel involvement from this next guy. I got to see his one-man show at Star Wars Weekends. I really hope that's something they book for Celebration. And
yeah.
of course, we're talking about James Arnold Taylor.
Right.
His one-man show is absolutely spectacular. To see someone do so many voices in such a short period of time.
Oh, yeah.
Is just incredible.
Well, go ahead.
And it's got a lot about his journey as a voice actor, the stuff he went through in his career. It's informative. It's entertaining. It's a perfect fit for Star Wars Celebration.
Totally. What I would like to really see, though, is maybe a little bit more about Clone Wars coming up, seeing as how he is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see that too. Not the least bit surprised on that.
Right.
The next one that was announced is Janina. I'm going to butcher her last name. Gavankar. I know I butchered that. But she voiced Iden Versio.
Okay.
In Battlefront.
Cool.
So
definitely cool.
Maybe we'll be getting some more Iden content. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
It'd be cool.
And then the last one in this announcement. Now, is anybody surprised that Matthew Wood is going to be at Star Wars Celebration?
Not even a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, Matthew Wood, the voice of General Grievous, and countless other characters, and really a sound design wizard.
Absolutely. Yeah, if it's these days, if it's got anything to do with sound and Star Wars, he's there. That's
yeah. He's a funny one because he shows up in like every other panel that's going on at Celebration,
right.
Because it's like, oh yeah, he voiced this character, or he did the sound design on this, or like
exactly.
So, Matt Wood's going to be someone who you're going to see around Celebration quite a bit.
Yeah,
and good
for sure.
But yeah, there's like I said, there's definitely going to be some autograph hall involvement here with a lot of the people that are announced in this release. But I think one thing nobody's really talking about, like everybody's talking about autograph hall. They keep saying autograph hall announcements here. Now, the StarWars.com release doesn't say that. It just says they're going to be at Celebration on the, show floor, things like that.
Right.
I don't think that means that they're exclusively going to be doing autographs.
Right. Well,
especially with all the upcoming content involving all of these players.
Exactly. That's the thing. I mean, you have, like you said, folks from Resistance, James Arnold Taylor. I'm sure we're going to hear about Ashley Eckstein being there, Sam Witwer. I mean, all the folks from Clone Wars, especially with that coming up. There's going to definitely be panel involvement. You know that. Right. Totally.
And like I was saying, I got to clear up what I said. The release doesn't say they're exclusively going to be doing autographs. It does say they are going to be doing autographs.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it does say that all 6 actors will be there to meet you, sign autographs, and share their joy in being part of the Star Wars galaxy. So they are all going to be in the autograph hall.
Awesome.
But let's not rule out panels involving all 6 of these actors.
That's probably where they're going to share their joy about being involved with Star Wars.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fun times because now we're going to start seeing them all.
Oh yeah.
We're going to start seeing who's going to be there.
Definitely is coming.
And that's a good opening salvo for actors,
Oh yeah.
So, all right. So Solo, we talked about it this episode already. If you haven't seen it, it's getting even easier to see it. And you are running out of excuses.
Ha, right.
Because Solo is now on Netflix.
Absolutely. So, like you said, you put it really well. Running out of excuses. If you haven't seen it, you have Netflix. Do yourself a favor. Check it out.
We don't say that just because. Seriously, do yourself a favor. It's you're going to enjoy it.
Oh, it's worth it. Yeah, totally.
I mean, you're going to have fun. Don't go in there expecting to redefine the saga.
No, it's not. It doesn't do that. No.
I mean, if you're expecting that out of a Han Solo flick, you're reaching too high.
Right.
Go in there and see Han Solo do what Han Solo does.
Exactly. And it's totally worthwhile. It's it's fun, and I can definitely see myself, we've talked about it before, even with the original trilogy and the prequels and all that, you just turn on Star Wars and it's just on. Even if you're focusing on something else, it's just there and it's on, So doing stuff like that is really easy to do with Netflix now. So
well, the the Netflix stuff always cracks me up because I want to watch something, but I don't know what, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
I get on Netflix and I start flipping through. It's like, oh look, Star Wars. It's sitting on my shelf,
Yeah, of course.
but it's right here, ready to go.
So
That always cracks me up. It's always a good laugh.
I guess it is worth a note too, that with Solo going on the roster on Netflix, Rogue One will be leaving Netflix on the 18th of January. So we know you all have that on your shelf as well. But if you want to do the easy streaming viewing of it, better hurry up and get that in.
Well, I mean, you got to do a final run, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, it's on your shelf, but you got to do a final run on Netflix.
If
It's the
you-
last time you can watch it on Netflix.
If you don't have to get up out of your chair, all the better, right?
Oh man, what a great segue!
I thought so.
So while that is a good reason not to get up out of your chair, Run Disney again this year is giving you a good reason to get up out of your chair.
Totally.
The virtual half marathon's back. So every year they do the Star Wars marathon at a Disney park. And starting with last year, they started doing a virtual half marathon where you can participate from home.
Right.
This is a great thing, I think. It's at your own pace.
Yep.
You can do it wherever you want. You don't have to go anywhere. You know, you can go down to your local gym. You can do it on your own treadmill. You can do it around your neighborhood. You can do it all at once. You can break it up over multiple days. So there really is no excuse to not get out there, get a little exercise, and get yourself a cool Star Wars collectible in the meantime.
Absolutely.
So, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was considering this last year. I didn't make it. I guess I stayed on the couch watching Rogue One. But I am seriously wanting to do this year. So, I guess, yeah, just join in and jump on it, because it's a good way to combine your fandom for Star Wars with getting into shape. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be participating. Once again, last year, I just, I have the typical excuse. I got busy, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
This year, no excuses. Going to get out there, going to do it. I set a goal for myself. I'm going to stick to it. I got my own target now. Last year, I didn't do a good enough job of scheduling it. This year, I'm rectifying that. Gonna do it. I'm gonna share it with everybody.
Awesome.
So I'll do something on Twitter or live stream something. I don't know. Just to have a little fun.
Totally.
So, registration's already started. It actually started back in August. But the completion dates, that window has just opened. The completion date window is January 3rd to March 31st. So we're within that window now, but you still have plenty of time. So whether you do, a mile a day, whatever your comfort zone is, you can break it up. There's no problem with that. They've really given you a no excuse way to go, like I said, go get active.
That's what's awesome too. I love the fact that even if you're starting off from ground zero today or tomorrow, whatever, you have plenty of time as of right now to complete this thing. So I say go for it. I mean, again, it's a great way to combine, something you love with something that, we all should be doing more of. Get on that treadmill, pull up Star Wars on Netflix on your phone and just go to town.
Yeah. Nothing says you can't watch Star Wars while you're doing it.
That's right.
So, that being said, the medals are pretty cool. All right.
Right.
If you haven't seen the medals, head on over to StarWars.com. They have them posted. Take a look at them. The virtual marathon one's pretty cool. It's R2D2. They've got a lot of cool medals, and the other stuff is if you actually go to the park and take part in the live 5K, 10K, half marathon.
Gotcha.
That being said, the 10K is already sold out.
Oh, okay.
So there is no 10K availability. But there's still 5K availability, and there's still half marathon. So if you still want to go down to the park and do it, hey, more power to you.
Right on.
And those dates, that'll be taking place April 4th through the 7th.
Okay.
At Walt Disney World in Orlando.
Cool.
So go on out there, get active, get yourself some cool collectibles. I mean, cooler. There's not a cooler way to get a collectible, I don't think, right?
Right, absolutely.
It's good for you. It's good for your collection.
Win-win.
Win-win. All right, so little housekeeping. While we were away, we had our little break and then our Ready Player One episode.
Right.
Jon Favreau shared a picture. And this really looks like IG-88.
Yeah, it sure does. Very interesting, very cool. I like the idea of this is a good way maybe to tie into some of our pre-existing Star Wars. So I like what I'm seeing here.
It's just a little more tying what's coming to what we've already had.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited because I think Thrawn has set a good baseline for all this.
Yep.
It's a new story for Thrawn, but there is a lot that grounds it in what we already had.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to all these little tidbits that they're throwing at us for the Mandalorian. I'm looking forward to these being a little bit of the old with a whole lot of new.
Right. Absolutely. Now, if this isn't IG-88, I'm sure there's going to be some disappointed fans, but I got a feeling that's exactly what we're seeing.
Well, to be fair, in the story arc for IG-88, there were a lot of these droids.
Absolutely. Yes.
And these droids even made an appearance in the Clone Wars.
Yes.
So,
and
if it's not IG-88 proper,
right,
I assume it's still from that line of droids, and it's still going to be a fun story to tell.
Of course. Yes. I'm totally with you on that. I just think that there's some people that might be counting on it being IG-88 proper already, and all we have is a photo to go by. So, we can't say that for sure at this point. So,
right. Well, we'll find out soon enough.
Absolutely.
All right. So just today, as we're recording this, actually, we got an announcement that Resistance is getting a second season.
Right.
And we got the mid-season trailer. So we got a sneak peek at what's coming up to finish out this season in Resistance. And I think we should go ahead and take a listen to that real quick.
That is the fourth TIE fighter to arrive here this week. You have such a tremendous interest in the First Order. Now that they are increasing their security presence on the Colossus, you must be thrilled.
These guys aren't security. They're stormtroopers, and stormtroopers are only for one thing.
Looks like there was a system here, but there's no star.
Those planetoids. What could have done that?
Pirates, scramble the aces!
You need troops to protect your station, not racers.
First Order will provide all aerial security.
All racers are officially grounded.
Are you serious? We need a plan.
They could be preparing for war. That's why they want this station. Head down until things cool off. The First Order has a way of making people disappear.
We are the Resistance now. We're taking back the Colossus.
Hit it, Cal!
Hey, frowny faces!
After her. Kaz, I'd fight alongside you any day.
That is a truly amazing plan!
Whew!
Oh, yeah.
Who is ready for the rest of this season in Resistance?
Yeah. I'm going to say, me. Because things are about to get real in this show.
I mean, there is a tonal shift in this trailer.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not all dark, don't take it like that.
Right.
But it's definitely getting more serious.
Absolutely. I think we've known for, a long time now that this was going to overlap in the timeline, past the beginning of The Force Awakens. But I have to say, when I heard General Hux, I got a little bit of a chill there. That was...
Oh, man,
I mean, there's something that was going on in this trailer that I just thought about now as we were listening to it this time. Kazuda says, "We are the Resistance now." And you think about it, this must be after they fired Starkiller Base at the Hosnian system.
Yeah.
Because that means he just lost
his father. His family, right. It's like, wow, okay. There's some real consequences going on now with this show. And I think that's going to make it better as it goes along. Yeah, I think so. Kazuda, his character has kind of been comedic.
Yes, in a lot of ways, yeah.
The other character that's been comedic in all this is Niku.
Right.
Now, I think Niku is going to be your comedic relief going forward.
I think you're right. I think it's, thinking about that, I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah, it's so, and I say that looking at the model change for Kazuda.
Right.
In the beginning of this trailer, you get that familiar model, the model we've seen all through this season so far.
Yep.
By the end of that trailer, he's got a different look to him.
Yeah.
It's more serious. It's more competent.
Yeah, and I gotta say, because you pointed this out to me, and I had to go back and look. I thought that was a whole new character. I mean, it's a shift in that character to the point where I didn't realize that was the same person until I looked at it more closely. So this is definitely, like you said, a tonal shift in a big way. So
I mean, another character that stood out in this to me, having a shift and a different look about them, is Tora.
Right.
I mean, she looks serious. I mean, she's gonna take part in this second half in a big way as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody's gone through a change. Look at Yeager.
Right.
He's ready to help.
Right. He's been
get
reluctant.
back in the fight.
Yeah. He's been reluctant this whole time. Now he's proud to fight alongside of Kazuda. Wow. I mean, and I'm also interested to see just what kind of strategic value this Colossus has, because we really haven't gotten an idea of that yet. You know, but I think we might find out soon here.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying we're going to see a complete shift.
Right.
I think it's still going to be very targeted at a younger audience.
Sure.
But we are definitely going to see more, what's a good way to put it? Of that conflict that we're used to in Star Wars.
Right.
That's one thing that's kind of been not really lacking, but hidden a little more.
Oh, it is.
It's been a little more cryptic.
It is Star Wars, right? So
yeah,
I mean,
but the conflict's been kind of cryptic.
Yeah.
It's really in the undertones of the series so far.
Ramping up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely been ramping up. We said that over the course of the last couple episodes.
Right.
But it looks like it's going to ramp up even faster in this next half.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, with the season 2 announcement coming at the same time, I look at this and I'm like, well, what's season 2 going to be?
I know.
I mean, I'm just getting crazy. Like, I mean, this is the most excitement I've had for Resistance.
I agree. 100%.
And the only other thing in this show that has come close to this level of excitement for me is every time I see the racing or the starships doing something.
Right.
I've really got a grasp of the starships in this. And it looks like we're going to see a lot more of that too. A lot of space battles.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to lots of space battles.
Yep. I mean, we're seeing the classic stuff here of this military style conflict, right? You hear the stormtrooper saying, you know, the aces are grounded, you know, they're not allowed to fly. The First Order is going to be taken over for all of the security in the air and stuff. So, you know, they're creating a situation where, you know, a resistance will form against them, you know, and that's the kind of stuff right there.
Kind of the MO of the Empire and the First Order.
Exactly.
Grip too tight.
Yep. And pockets of resistance will rise up. And that's exactly what I'm thinking we're going to see. And that's exactly the formula for Star Wars. And that's what makes it good. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah, this trailer, it's firing on all cylinders. It's
absolutely.
You know, I kind of, we got the mid-season trailer. I opened it up. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see what's coming. And I did not expect to see what I saw.
No. Like I said, Hux gave me a little chill. I gotta say.
And one thing I like about us listening to the audio is the audio alone sometimes really draws out that emotion.
Yep.
With the music and you really get a better grasp of the urgency and the voices of your characters, things like that. When you take away the visuals sometimes.
Yep.
And first off, the voice acting in there is just awesome.
Yes, totally.
I mean, the growth there too is just spectacular, and this has become kind of a staple of Star Wars animation.
Right?
It grows. It evolves.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the trend continues. I'm looking forward to talking about it next week.
Right.
Because next week we will be talking about the first episode of the second half of this season.
Right on. Can't wait.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to that. So, if you have anything to add, you can always email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's truly the best way to get a hold of us. We're also on social media. We're on Twitter, @thewarsandmore on Twitter, facebook.com/thewarsandmore. And you can find all of that and all the ways to find the show, which also so happens to, as of this week, include YouTube now. So if YouTube's your way to get the show, it's there now. Over at thewarsandmore.com. Anything else to add this week, Doug?
No, I think that about covers it.
All right. We will talk next week.